What are the most affordable communities in Northern Virginia's largest county, Fairfax County? Well, that can be a difficult question to answer. The median sales price in Fairfax County is about $546,000. And at that price point, you're more than likely going to be talking about buying a townhome. With the median sales price of over $500,000, you may be wondering, what is affordable in Fairfax County? For the purpose of this video, we will say affordable is a townhouse that costs between $400,000 to $500,000. I decided to use this price range because although there are some other areas where you can find an occasional deal, for the most part, townhouses under $400,000 are few and far between. Speaking of which, there are some communities where you can find a property for $500,000 or less, but so few of them come on the market, it would be completely unfair to include them on this list. What good does it do you to know that you can find a 3-bedroom townhouse in Falls Church if only 5 or 6 of them sell in that area each year? If your budget is under $500,000, you can find a home in the area. This video will tell you where to look and what to expect. Let's start the show. Hi, my name is Abraham Walker with Where to Live in Northern Virginia, where I do the research so you don't have to. If you're thinking about moving or relocating anywhere in the Northern Virginia area, use the link in the description to fill out your perfect home questionnaire. We will meet online and you can ask me anything you want to know about Northern Virginia. Now, this video is talking about Fairfax County, so be sure to check out the Fairfax County playlist for more videos like this one. Click the link right above me, and there will be a link in the description to that playlist. Enough about me. What are the best affordable communities in Fairfax County? Let's start with number 5 on our list, Burke, Virginia. Burke is located about 19 miles southeast of Washington, D.C. According to the census data, it's one of the larger areas on today's list with a population of nearly 60,000 residents. Using the Bright MLS, that's the agent system for uploading houses and also emailing clients' houses, I found that a 3+ bedroom townhouse's average sales price over the last 12 months was just over $440,000. So what type of townhouse can you find in Burke in this price range? Most townhouses in Burke were built between the early 70s and the late 80s. On the lower end of our $400,000 budget, you're probably looking at a 3-level townhome with approximately 1,800 to 2,100 square feet. If you're unfamiliar with the Northern Virginia traffic, let me warn you, it can be a beast. If you're heading into DC around the Capitol Hill area, you can expect a commute time in the mornings of 35 minutes up to an hour. On the return trip during rush hour, it can be anywhere from an hour to twice that depending on traffic. Like I said, traffic up here is a beast. Some Burke residents prefer to use the Virginia Railway Express, also known as the VRE. But be mindful that that can get a little pricey, costing about $230 for a monthly pass. You could also give the Metro, which is pretty reliable, a shot. It would reduce the commute time, but you've got to plan accordingly. The nearest Metro station to Burke is the Franconia Springfield Blue Line. Commuting to the Dulles Tech Corridor could be anywhere from 20 to 45 minutes in the evening and 30 to 45 minutes in the morning. It should take between 10 to 30 minutes driving to Tice's Corner around 8 a.m. and between 15 and 40 minutes returning home during rush hour traffic. Most homes in Burke feed to one of 2 high school pyramids, Robinson and Lake Braddock. Quick aside, schools in Fairfax County are divided into pyramid, with a few elementary schools at the bottom. They feed into 1 or 2 middle schools that ultimately feed into a high school at the top of the pyramid. Areas with a high-rated high school at the top of the pyramid also have top-performing schools on the elementary and middle school levels. According to U.S. News, Lake Braddock and Robinson High Schools both have pretty high graduation rates, and they come in at number 11 and 12 among Fairfax County high school ratings. When it comes to things to do in the Burke area, I love going to Burke Lake Park. My family and I are partial to the walking trails, but in all honesty, that's probably the least exciting thing to do there. The centerpiece at Burke Lake Park is its 218-acre lake. You can take your boat out on the water, assuming you have a boat. If you don't, they also have boats for you to rent. If you enjoy golf, check out their golf course and driving range. There's also putt-putt golf, disc golf, campgrounds, and rides like a carousel and train. If you're the outdoorsy type, Burke Lake has something for everyone. Number 4 on our list is Fairfax, not to be confused with Fairfax County and Fairfax City, or the city of Fairfax, right? There's 3 different Fairfaxes. Why didn't they just call it something else? Anyway, it's about 20 miles to the west of the White House and has a population of just under 25,000 residents. Townhomes in Fairfax have an average sales price of $455,000. At $455,000, you can expect to find a 3-bedroom townhouse between 17 and 2,300 square feet. Most townhouses in Fairfax were built in the 70s and 80s, but you'll also find some homes in the community built as recently as the early 2000s. The commute time to Washington, D.C. from Fairfax is usually between 60 to 75 minutes, taking I-66, and 50 to 60 minutes to the Pentagon, depending on the route taken. You can take either the interstate or US 50. The return trip from both DC can take at least 75 minutes during evening rush hour traffic. Driving to and from Tysons usually takes between 15 to 35 minutes each way, regardless of what time you're commuting. Dulles Tech would be about 25 to 50 minutes in the morning, and a return trip around 5 p.m. taking between 30 minutes to an hour. You can also take the Orange Line Metro from the Vienna Fairfax GMU Metro station. Now, when it comes to schools, you may be surprised to learn that although the area is less than half the size of Burke, Fairfax actually has 4 different high school pyramids. Like Burke, some students will be zoned for Robinson Secondary, but depending on your address, you may be zoned for Chantilly, Fairfax, or Falls Church high schools. Chantilly High comes in at number 8 on the U.S. News list, while Fairfax is rated at number 13 and Falls Church High listed as number 15. When I think of Fairfax, the first place my mind goes is the Mosaic District. It's an urban shopping center in the heart of Fairfax. I like to think of it as an outdoor mall. There are lots of shops, both national and local, along with boutiques, salons, spas, restaurants, cafes, and bars. It's a cool, trendy place and has a really nice open space to hang out or enjoy a meal. Fairfax is also home to Fair Oaks Mall, Cinema Arts Theater, Army-Navy Country Club, and the NRA Museum. Let's pause on the list for a quick minute. I want to know, have you ever lived in Northern Virginia? If so, comment down below with Nova. If you have a minute, tell me where in Northern Virginia you lived, and do you believe that the area was affordable? Number 3 on our list is Alexandria. Now, I don't know what's up with these city names or these area names, but Alexandria is also going to be a tricky one for you. Because in Northern Virginia, we have the city of Alexandria, and we have the part of Alexandria located in Fairfax County. When I refer to Alexandria in this video, I'm referring to the part located in Fairfax County. It's important to differentiate between the two because although they are neighboring communities, they belong to 2 different municipalities. Alexandria is approximately 17 miles from the White House. Alexandria is the largest area on today's list and is made up of the most diverse display of town homes. Between $400,000 and $500,000, you'll be able to find townhouses built from the 50s all the way up to 2006. As you can imagine, with such a large range between when these homes were first built, there are more differences in the layouts and sizes of the properties. These townhouses can range from as little as 1,100 square feet for 2-level townhouses up to 3,200 plus in some 3-level units. The average sales price in this range was $449,000. Surprisingly, at $450,000, you can find townhouses at pretty much every size and year built I just referenced. And that's partially because of Alexandria's size. Specific neighborhoods in Alexandria can vary quite a bit, so homes in more desirable locations will fetch a little more money with less space and fewer updates. The commute to DC from Alexandria is about 45 to 55 minutes, depending exactly which area in Alexandria you're commuting from, and you can add approximately 10 minutes on the return trip. Let's say 55 minutes to 65 minutes returning back to the area. You can also catch the blue or yellow line metro at one of the area stations. We have Franconia Springfield, Van Dorn, and Huntington. The commute time to Tysons is roughly the same, about 45 to 60 minutes during rush hour in the mornings and evenings. Like Fairfax, Alexandria is a part of 4 different high school pyramids. Those include Edison, Hayfield, Mount Vernon, and West Potomac. Edison is the highest ranked school out of these pyramids, coming in at number 16. I recommend when you're looking for homes in this and all other areas in Fairfax County, you check out the Fairfax County Boundary Locator. You can input a property's address and easily find out what school it is zoned for at all grade levels. Alexandria, specifically Mount Vernon, was the home of George Washington. His estate is one of the biggest tourist attractions in Northern Virginia. When you visit the estate, you can tour the grounds, the mansion, the garden, and enjoy the view of the Potomac River. Number 2 on our list is Springfield. Springfield is a large suburban area about 14 miles west of the White House. Springfield includes West Springfield, North Springfield, and Newington. When considering all these areas combined, we're looking at a population that exceeds 100,000 people. Since Springfield is a vast area, I'm going to focus more on West Springfield area because it's known for its high-ranking high school. Now, West Springfield is responsible for about a quarter of all townhouse sales in Springfield. The average sales price in West Springfield over the last 6 months was $456,000. Homes in the area were built between the tail end of the 60s and the early 90s. At the average sales price, you can expect to find a 3-bedroom townhome somewhere between 2,000 and 2,500 square feet built in the mid-80s. Driving into DC from Springfield could take between 50 and 70 minutes during rush hour traffic in the mornings. The return trip could be anywhere from an hour to an hour and a half in the evening. You do have access to a couple options if you'd rather not drive into the city. You can park your car at the Saratoga parking ride and head to the Lorton VRE. Just like the Burke VRE, it's going to cost you a little over $200 a month, and timing your trips is going to be your main concern. Another option you have, although it is a little bit more costly, is taking the Blue Line Metro at Franconia Springfield. It can cut your commute time down to roughly 35 minutes, but just like with the VRE, that's going to cost you, and you can expect it to take a little longer on the return trip home, especially during peak hours. When we think about the Metro, including parking, you could easily spend $15 a day taking the Metro into DC. If you're commuting to other areas like Tyson's Corner, you can expect to spend about 30 to 45 minutes in traffic each way. Times to and from the Dulles Tech corridor are approximately 45 minutes to an hour, depending on the time of day. The high school pyramids in Springfield are Lee, Lake Braddock, South County, and West Springfield. Of these pyramids, only one of them shows up in U.S. News' top 10 high schools in Fairfax County. That school is, you guessed it, it's West Springfield, coming in at number 7. Springfield is a true suburban area, but like most of Northern Virginia, it still offers some entertainment options. There's Springfield Town Center, Springfield Country Club, loads of walking trails, and parks, including my personal favorite, Hidden Pond Nature Center. And this place called Go Ape, it's an insane outdoor obstacle course and zip lining if you're into that kind of thing. I'm not personally. Not to mention a wide variety of national and international markets and specialty shops. So where are you most likely to find the most number of homes available in this under a $500,000 price range in Fairfax County? That would be in Centreville, which is a DC suburb located about 20 miles west of the nation's capital. Centreville had the most townhouse sales within our price range within the last year. The average sales price is $433,000. $100,000. So not only were the greater number of townhouses sold in this area, it also has the lowest average sales price on our list. Additionally, it has some of the newest homes on our list. Most homes in Centreville were built between the mid-80s and early 2000s. There are a surprising number of the homes built being built on the more recent end of that timeline. You can find a townhouse in Centreville with as few as 1,100 square feet and up to 3,000. Looking at homes that sold around our average sales price of $433,000, you can expect to find something built in the early 90s with between 1,600 to 2,100 square feet. Living in Centreville may be ideal for someone working near the Dulles Tech corridor. You're looking at a relatively short morning commute by Northern Virginia standards with only a 20 to 30 minute drive. On the way back home, it can get tricky with heavy traffic, and that time can easily be doubled. Driving to Tice's Corner during rush hour usually takes between 20 to 45 minutes coming and going. On the other hand, the drive time to DC during rush hour from Centreville will be a bit longer. You'll face at least a 45-minute commute to a maximum of like 75 minutes or more, depending on traffic, and no less than an hour drive back home in the evenings. Most homes in Centreville are zoned for Centreville High, but there are two other high school pyramids that also serve the area. If you live in northern Centreville, say north of Route 29, then your home may be zoned for Chantilly or Westfield high schools. Like I mentioned previously, if schools are important for you, you definitely want to check out the Fairfax County boundary locator to confirm the high school pyramid for your property. Both Chantilly and Centreville High appear on the U.S. News list of top 10 high schools in Fairfax County, with Chantilly listed at number 8 and Centreville High coming in at number 10. Centreville is a great location because it's just as close to Loudoun County as it is to DC. That opens you up to a number of entertainment and shopping options. But if you're looking for something to do locally, you can't go wrong with visiting the Smithsonian Air and Space Museum, which includes exhibits from groundbreaking flights. Centreville is also home to one of Virginia's top wineries, the Bull Run Winery. At the winery, you can arrange private tastings and picnics. It's a great place to relax on the weekends, especially if you like live music. Like most other areas in Fairfax County, it's a great place to live if you enjoy the outdoors. There are miles of walking trails, and it's home to Bull Run Regional Park. The park is a perfect place for a nice hike or camping in the spring, if that's your thing. During the summer, you can visit the water park or go swimming. The public shooting range facility is a plus and offers trap, skeet, wobble, and sporting clays. It's a great place for individuals who are interested in starting their journey to becoming a gun enthusiast. They even have light shows during the holidays. Now that you know some of the most affordable communities in Fairfax County, the next video you'll want to watch deals with the cost of living. Check out this video at the top on the true cost of living in Fairfax County. Are you ready to take the next step in relocating to Northern Virginia? Use the link in the description to fill out your perfect home questionnaire. Once completed, we'll schedule a time to meet online. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.